If you like pina coladas, getting caught in the rain.
Hey, it's you! Come on in and join us!
Now, we have a 2-set note soap today from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
We are the Barbershop Duet!
Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres, why, come on in the live chat and meet the Whiff Pack, a cool group of folks hanging out from all over the world. They'd love to meet you, too.
They would. And for our mention today, we wanted to show off our North meets East EDP. We have had fun breaking this one in. And I swear, the longer throughout the day you wear this, you get more whiffs. It changes, I don't know, the creamy, nutty side. Sweetness is fun.
As gourmandy as they come, y'all, but there is something about the combination of chai and pure Canadian maple syrup that was my best friend when I wore this 3 days ago. It just got more and more charming as the day went on. And y'all, I said something a little while ago. I said these last a few hours. Well, you know what happened? After about 7 hours, she walked in the room and said, "Oh, is that what you put on?"
Yep.
Your nose tends to go a little bit blind to them after 3 or 4 hours, but these EDPs from PAA, these are 7 or 8 hour beauties. The intensity is amazing. And what is our soap today?
Our soap today is Coconut Oud. And I have to say, after talking to our friends and asking what other PAs should we get, this one comes up a lot.
And we were a little panicked because, y'all, when the seasonals, and I mean from Halloween through Christmas, go away at the beginning of January, we were not expecting an additional 9 or 10 from the standard offerings at PAA to also go away during this purge. So, we pooled our Christmas money and our gift cards, and we got just about all of them. So stay tuned for these little time capsule episodes for when these friends will come back. But y'all, we are enthusiasts at heart, and we are taking you on this journey with us. We could not let these go away without experiencing them because we've been hearing so much about them. And this one in particular sounded intriguing. Let's meet the soap. All right, y'all, from the sales page at Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements.
Both Fran and I are really pleased that we were able to reboot this lost Phoenix classic. Like the last few reboots, I think Coconut Oud was simply ahead of its time when first released way back. Noses have finally caught up with it. But what is Coconut Oud, Doug? Sounds too obvious to be a PAA hit, or does it? Coconut Oud is a mystical, tantalizing, intoxicatingly curious combination of just 2 notes. You read that right, just 2!
The challenge was to explore and then exploit the depth of range both of these notes rarely get a chance to offer up. But when intentionally tweaked into a perfect balance, a magical alchemical wedding is the result. The accord? A dark, moody, hybrid creature wriggling its way out of the crucible, so diverse and complex that words fail to capture its continually evolving, sensual, pulsating soul of allure. Sweet and floral 1 minute, then vanillic or bitter or spicy and leathery the next minute. It'll be tough not to engage with this fragrance as it wears on like a 3-act play during the day. Coconut Oud is so much more than just something you shave with. It's an experience.
Well, I am ready for this experience.
I am too. Let's let it out of the box. And here's our 9-pound box, one of 5 delivered to us during the purge. Oh, we made our final choices. Then we made more final choices. Then we made more final choices. And then we made one last final choice. And here's the giant invoice. I'm surprised it's not 3 pounds.
See if you can find it. There's a few to dig through.
You did not see Porthos, y'all, but how can we say no to an Aramis homage? And you did not see Doppelganger Oxblood. I heard this can be a bit of a barbershop and take it in the right way. But you did see Coconut Oud, and look at that label. And now we get to figure out which splash this is.
Please hold.
A few moments later.
And by process of elimination, this is the 3rd one we checked.
Hey!
There it is.
Wow,
look
perfect friends. Look at these labels. It kind of looks like a comic booky kind of filter or something.
I love this, and I am so excited because how often do you see only 2 set notes on a PAA soap? I think we've only seen it once before, and there was still other stuff under the surface.
Yeah.
This is our first pas de deux. Let's have a first impression. Round and round she goes. Where does one stop and the other start? That's my big question. Is this going to be more coconut? just going to be more oud. Both of them are tricky to do in a fragrance, even more so in a shave soap, but I'm not going to put it past Douglas, Fran, and Huxley. I want you to take this in. Oh, is that Douglas and Fran riding the saucer?
I'm guessing, yeah. I don't know what that is. Those are arms sticking off. This is like some earthy thing.
I think that's a pencil. It's a number 2. It's a Dixon Ticonderoga. That's fabulous. I have one question.
Yes.
How oud, how coconut?
Well, that's what I was just thinking, because coconut, we did have the coconut lime one, and that was like a totally different version of a coconut. I mean, it's sweeter, but it was more like the real coconut.
The nutty version of it? I didn't get anything like a scratch and sniff traditional coconut scent. No, this was a real kind of coconut.
And oud, we've had oud spice before. So a little more of that. It's not as dark, 'cause like sometimes oud can go pretty dark.
Just in case we need to reference it, I pulled it out of the cabinet. All right, take it in, see what you get.
I mean, I know it says 2 scent notes, but those 2 scent notes could be anything.
And I'm fascinated because musically 2 notes can sound kind of weird together unless they're given the right context. There you go. So who knows how this was balanced and perfumed?
I'm sure there was some magic and some fun with the cube that happened here as well.
Okay, here we go.
Want your nose? Just in case. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So it's funny. If I wasn't sure what this was called, I don't think I would immediately say coconut or oud.
Where would you go?
Like the way that they're interacting, my brain was like, I feel like I need 3D glasses or something. Like it just seemed like, hold on, I don't know what this is. They work. It's just funny. Like they almost become 1 scent note.
Nice.
On their own. So kind of like what you were playing with music, like it just transforms into something else. Yeah. All right, hold on. I do think I got a little coconut from the coconut bay lime kind of thing.
Right.
But hold on.
Okay.
Like the part of solstice, that's that white sage dry kind of a scent. That's what's happening here. Like how the oud is interacting with the coconut like rawness. It's taking me to like almost like a sandy location or chalky or it's a thing.
Y'all.
It's funny. Like my brain almost wants to make the coconut a floral. Right. Like something, like it just has a hard time being like, oh, that really is still coconut.
Right.
They're just creating new things each time.
Coconut tree would have a flower, right?
Maybe. There's a fun, creamy side. Not necessarily as sweet as I thought, which I like. I think that's where the oud is almost like, in my mind, is speaking like a black rock or like a granity kind of thing.
Right.
So it's a pretty light scent. Like it doesn't get too deep. It doesn't get too bright. Right. They're really kind of not canceling each other out, but evening each other out somehow.
Right.
So like image-wise, I can tell they're in the same lane scent note-wise, where sometimes when there's a lot of scent notes, we're like the highs and the lows. And this one, they really are like tuned perfectly to balance out somehow.
Like a level seesaw.
Yes. I that's the image I've got. I don't know if that helps. It's funny. My mind, when I think coconut, I think summer all the time. This somehow is like the non-summery version of a coconut too. Like
they only grow in places where it kind of is summer all the time, like outside here.
Like in the Philippines, like they weather around all the time and it's warm all the time. But there's something about this that's like reformulating the coconut to be a anytime, any day kind of a vibe.
Nice. Well, I remember the first time I had toasted coconut, I was like, wow, what's this? It's woody, beautiful.
Surprise.
It's coconut. Oh, that's really different. Maybe a little bit of that.
Some magical twist is happening. Yes?
I have a question.
Okay.
On behalf of some of the brethren who have stayed up late in order to make sure they can procure their oud spice around Thanksgiving time, is it a similar oud from the oud spice?
Let me re-whiff here. This has more depth because of the spices somehow.
Gotcha.
I think the oud with the spices almost becomes a different oud here. But it could be like the same things happening. The oud with the coconut here is just transforming into something else.
The way it's clicking with the other scent note.
This I get a darker image, like more of like a black kind of color.
Interesting.
This I get more like a gray granity kind of color. So they're changed a little.
And for me, this isn't even as danky as oud gets. We have some other soaps like Indigo Oud from Shannon that I love so much that takes oud way darker.
Yes.
This is like a mid-range kind of oud for me.
So at least straight off the puck, it's funny. Like my brain is like, it's kind of like peanut butter and jelly. They should have always been friends. Like they just work so well here in cool, twisted ways.
You got chocolate in my peanut butter. You got peanut butter in my chocolate. Okay, I will take this.
Okay, I think you should. It is cool to have 2 scent notes, but like the sales page kind of hints at, it is not just 2 scent notes. They're dancing consistently. That duet is constant.
Well, table salt is 2 ingredients. They'll both kill you real fast, but put them together and it's yummy on popcorn. Y'all? All right, here we go. Taking it in.
Yep. You might need a minute.
You'll smell better just watching it. Okay, hold on. If you want the literal definition of sweet and creamy, it's here. And it's here from 2 very different directions. You've got the coconut, which is subtly sweet and beautifully creamy. They make coconut oil out of it. And then you have the oud, which is mysteriously sweet and just as creamy, but in a very different way. So they went to the opposite sides of the globe and got the sweet and creamy from Key West, Florida, and the sweet and creamy from Southeast Asia. I know they have coconuts there too, but I'm making a point here. And put those together somewhere around Fiji.
There you go.
Y'all. Well, the fact that they are both trying to accomplish the same goal in very different ways, and then you put them together, they become way more than the sum of their parts, and that is the definition of that phrase. Because the part of the creamy from the coconut starts to meld with the part of the creamy from the oud, and the part of the sweet from the coconut is grabbing the sweet part of the oud, which is not even its primary characteristic.
That's why I got like that seesaw like leveled out image, because like how else could they have better matched?
Right. I didn't really get that each scent had a little void, a little notch that the other one was meant to kind of click and fill.
I want to know how they found this out.
Wow. Right? Because this is kind of one of those things you accidentally stumble
Right?
on.
Did you
like
spill?
Bay gum, right? I was just happened to be chewing juicy fruit and I was wearing Atomic Age Bay rum and boom.
Right?
Perennial. I think it is
Okay.
the oud from Oud Spice, but you're right. It's given to me with a very different dance partner. So it takes on different characteristics and it goes in different directions. Woo! Hold on. Again, y'all, you set your expectations with Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, and each one you open, your expectations get a little higher and a little higher because they are all so good. And then you just learn to quit raising the bar because they're just going to keep flying over them.
And those friends that told us to get this one, we understand now. We get it.
And you know what? I think it's something you said at the very beginning. I would not sense this right off the top as oud or coconut because the character that they're making when they come together is so beautiful and sweet and creamy and clean and delicious and almost gourmand, slightly cologne-y in a very modern way. And let's talk about our magic scale before we go another step forward. The magic scale, or the cleverness scale, was invented to judge soaps that have scent notes that you know but are put together in a way that you totally don't and are totally new. Y'all, talk about magic. Because we know both of these, we can sense both of these, but that's not even where our nose is going. It's going into this brand new character it's creating.
Yeah.
8.5,
That's
9
what I was gonna say.
on the
Yep.
magic scale.
For sure. You read my mind. Just unexpectedly new, like a 180 of what your mind could have thought it could have been.
And not the coconut from the Easter cake that I'm used to, the coconut from the tree in Hawaii. Like you said, something about the husk, something about the whole experience of the coconut is in this. And a slightly toasted quality even for me.
Yeah, like the outside's a little toasted, but the meaty white inside just creamies it up. I don't know.
And they're borrowing the sweet from each other in such a magnificent way. This doesn't go beyond a 5, maybe 5.5 on a sweet scale, but it's about how the sweet's being made and how they're passing those sweet elements back and forth between these two. Y'all, I think it's time we look at both of these scent notes again. All right, y'all, back to the sales page at Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements.
Coconut oud is a mystical, tantalizing, intoxicatingly curious combination of just 2 notes. You read that right. Just 2.
And you know what? Let's have a grown-up conversation. Usually when we see 2 or 3 scent notes in a soap, there's like 9 more under the surface. Monica at Vanulay puts 196 more under the surface. This isn't.
No.
This is the first one I've sensed where, honest to God, it's just these 2 things. But it's those specific 2 things. And talking to Doug Lane, there's 900 different kinds of coconut oils out there. It's about finding the exact right ones. And y'all, these are our bougie sticks that we get from Amazon.com so we don't contaminate our lather. And I want you to see how this beautiful vegan formula of these beautiful rich butters comes off of the puck. Is that not beautiful? That's about 10 times more than Douglas would tell you need. This is our Cyclotrode X brush. It was a gift from Douglas and Fran a Halloween and a half ago. I love these bristles because they are like little bunnies on my face. And this is my Captain's Choice Copper Bowl. It's a newer offering from Captain's Choice in the polished colorway, and I love this thing. There is also a new Admiral Bowl that is a thicker gauge of the copper if you want to check that out. And y'all, we're just going to smear the soap in here with the object being that no clumps are going to come up onto the brush. I kind of want to create a smooth surface with the soap, and then I'm going to hit it with the Smaldridge Memorial Bougie Sprayer and bloom it vertically, let the water hang out at the bottom of the bowl, and just enough moisture is going to grab onto that soap at the top to wet the bristles of your brush and start the process of moving that soap onto the cyclotrode. So we're going to go one way here forwards. We're going to go the other way backwards. We're going to push down a little bit to find the backbone. We're going to lose a little water in the process, but hey, it's the angel's share. And then the patented move here at the Barbershop Duet, we're going to turn the brush in the hand so those circular bristles come at the soap in a new orientation. We're going to go forwards, backwards, and look at that. As soon as you turn the brush, a bunch more soap starts to disappear onto the bristles. And then turn the brush again, position 3. Forwards, backwards, push down for the backbone. And look at that. Most of the soap is gone from the bowl. It's on the bristles of the brush. Then go down, sop up the rest of that water like country gravy on a biscuit and take it to the face, take it to the legs, take it wherever your heart desires, or make a beautiful lather here in the bowl. The bubble's going to start big and get a little smaller and a little smaller and a little smaller. And Douglas himself will tell you, when in doubt, add water.
Now, after smelling this, are you glad you haven't shaved yet today? You could maybe bust this bad boy out?
I have never been more happy about something in my life.
It's interesting, because I know it says coconut right here, but I don't think after taking a whiff, my brain would necessarily go right away to like a gourmand. I don't want to take a bite out of it.
Well, that's where I think my brain went back to Hawaii, because coconuts were not that candy sort of scratch and sniff sticker coconut version that we all get, because that's one of those things that in real life doesn't smell much like coconut. I think the idea that we all have of what coconut smells like comes from those things, comes from scented pens, does not come from a perfumer's oil.
No. It's interesting, though, because if you've ever gotten coconut milk unsweetened, expecting it to be sweetened, there is a difference.
I kind of expected like a sweet fruit juice out of that. And
No.
What is this?
Right. And coconut water is oddly still a little sweet,
Don't get me started on coconut. That ain't, that's bad.
So there's a lot of sides to coconut. Just throwing it out there.
Flavored coconut oil is what we put on our popcorn and what you put on yours at the movies. And this is something you will only find here in the Barbershop Duet. This is the coconut does not fall far from the auger tree whiff. On 3, 1, 2. Oh yeah.
Even a little less sweet here.
Right. He's absolutely right about the magic of this being in the balance. I could totally see him there with the little thing going, oh, just one more drop.
Right.
Just one more drop.
Too many.
Stop.
Yep.
Now it belongs to the world. And yeah, when we do watch Glenn, the luxury shaving hobbyist on YouTube, we love to see how the lather coats his face. While we don't do shaving here in the Barbershop Duet, we do want you to see how this Phoenix formula.
Adding that brush and all the warm fuzzies. Ooh,
You want to try some, Mom?
I think I do.
Y'all.
Oh, yes, my friends.
Oh.
It's interesting. The thickness of this reminds me of kind of the thickness of the coconut milk inside, that meaty part of it.
I am getting such phenomenal, gentle whisk from this. This is just a best friend on your shoulder. There is nothing bossy about this.
No.
Which for an oud scent is hard to do. Oud spice is a bossy scent. It's fabulous. They sing songs about it, but it's not subdued. This is more mellow.
It's funny. You know, I think we should bust out our crowd-pleasing scale here, because coconut can be very bossy and very coconutty.
Right.
And oud can be its own bossy little self, too.
So on crowd-pleasing, y'all, I kind of think of when I show up to teach kindergarten, how am I going to be received by the faculty and the kids, right? I don't know if oud spice would be the first one I grab, but y'all, look at my face. This would absolutely be a contender. If this rockets through the goalposts of crowd-pleasing, I'd say a 9.
Yeah, I was going to say 8.5. So,
and for that to be an oud scent, y'all, talk about a home run. That's like making civet crowd-pleasing.
I would like to see that, though. Just saying.
Yeah. And you see my face? You know I look excited? We've got a splash, y'all. Let's take this deeper. You know, sometimes I notice that scents have sort of pillars in them. That there's movement, but there are certain scent notes that don't move. They become the center of the maypole, so everything else can dance around it. And there's just something gorgeously green in how that coconut and oud are coming together that becomes the pillar for me. And I smell it best when I wipe it off my face. All right, y'all. Oh, and look at this beautiful champagne-like color to that splash.
What's going on?
And they come with a little plastic plug you got to take out. It's there so that the splash doesn't go anywhere during transit. They do not go back into the bottle.
Yep.
And they make my favorite little popping sound. Ah, it didn't go out. Here we go. Good things are going to happen after that noise. You want to go first?
I guess I do.
Okay, you got to give it a little extra shake when it's brand new. It's pretty full. Here we go.
I'm surprised Lainey hasn't joined us. I wouldn't mind spilling this on her. It smells good. Wow, I feel like I just got like a knowledge drop. I don't know how that's possible.
You know what I got? Caramel.
Oh.
Straight up.
Ooh, I see what you're saying,
Straight
though.
up, slightly burnt, gorgeous, real caramel.
Like it's being made in front of you.
And I sense it in the same way I see the ghosts wandering around our apartment at midnight. Definitely there, but not meant to be.
I almost get like a floral recreation somehow.
I think that's the cool thing about this, is when you put them together in exactly the right way without having to add anything, tons more stuff come out if you get exactly the right combination. This is like music.
The dry down on this is very important. It's different than coming from there or just smelling from the bottle, I think.
Right.
I think however it's reacting, that dry down is a big deal. Does it smell any different on me?
Oh, 100%. And there's a little bit of the popcorn?
Yeah.
In the... Are you serious? So, y'all, these in the soaps are one dimension. They have dried down. They have one personality they're given to you. The splashes, as Douglas and Fran will tell you, are in 3 dimensions. During the dry down, you're going to get all kinds of stuff on your journey to that final set. Would you like a little more? I'm just bogarting this.
It really just makes me want to smile, like it's a little secret I got on my shoulder. If somebody were to walk by me and smell this, what would they think? Like,
They want to go home with you right now?
Like, would they think that I was in the kitchen working on something? Would they think that I was out hanging out on an island somewhere? I have no idea.
And normally when I smell things that just have the world inside of them, they're a bit man-made. This isn't. This is all done with natural spices, with natural nooks and crannies. Y'all, let's have a grown-up conversation. When they had The Purge, we picked up maybe 7 or 8 or 9 sets from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, and I wanted to start with this one because I thought it would be a little simpler. 2 set notes. Look at my face. There are worlds dancing around inside this as much as the most densely packed set note soaps we've got.
Well, it was funny. We weren't even going to film a 3rd one today, but they were like, oh yeah, we got some time. Let's throw this in. Aren't we glad we did now?
So glad we did.
I think the image my brain keeps getting, I don't know how this could work, but I almost get like a gray-scaled purple floral. I don't know, like almost like it looks lavender, but it's not. It's like a new flower I've never seen before. There's something pretty about it.
It's a crystal ball scent. Y'all, if you smell long enough, almost anything could start to appear. The lanes on the Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements Highway are about 18 across and getting broader with every soap we smell. I had this thought last night. I'm kind of grateful for The Purge because the more I sense these PAA soaps, each one is like a puzzle piece to a broader picture. And each one of these that we open is a piece that was missing from that big picture. And now that we've done so many, 70, something like that, the picture on the puzzle is beginning to become clear. And I'm beginning to see that almost every corner, almost every color, almost every shape is somehow represented. And it makes me really excited for those last few missing pieces I see in that picture because I think they might be hiding on the piano.
It's interesting too because this one technically started as one of the Advent calendar, smaller
Sure
ones.
did,
And
2
then
years
it
ago.
ended up being a perennial.
Right.
So it's interesting to see the journey of what soaps there are. And I read from the sales page, like they were saying, like, I just don't think noses were ready yet. I do feel like if we were to smell this as one of like our first 10 from them, it'd be a different experience than smelling it where we are now. We can fully appreciate how this fits for our den.
Something boozy
Yep.
in this?
And you even had said like a caramely kind of vibe earlier. Like,
Popcorn?
there's layers, y'all. So their sales page was correct. All of the little oxymoron things bounced back. It just works.
So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be Marcus and Sarah, the very last night before the purge, watching the sun go down over the Golden Gate, panicking ever so slightly because there was one set you had left unpurchased, Astra Planeta. But you're ready to let it go, and you call your friend Doug Lane, and you voice that you're a little proud of yourself that you were able to actually resist one set from PAA during the purge. And he's going to say, well, that's the one I bought for you, and you're going to get your own! So head over to their website at phoenixartisanaccoutrements.com, or even better, do it by way of the link in the description. It's an affiliate link, which lets them know that we sent you, and it gives us back a small percentage of the sale, which we'll probably spend on soap so we can make more episodes. It's at no cost to you, and we would be grateful. Well, I've had my shave and gotten to know Coconut Oud over these last couple weeks, y'all. The oud is magic, but the true wizard in this is the coconut. I can barely even get my thumb on what scent it is in here because whenever I do, the oud magically changes it like a genie into something else, and beguiling everything from aftershaves to caramel popcorn are hiding in this for me, and I absolutely adore this little charmer. Thank you, Douglas and Fran, for this. Welcome to a very special Messages.
So for our February giveaway, we wanted to give you a chance to get $20 to Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements.
Yeah, y'all, and all you have to do to be eligible for this e-gift card is send us an email here to WeSentYou at thebarbershopduet.com for a chance to be our winner. And then check back on our first March episode to see if that lucky winner is indeed you.
Best of luck.
Okay, I'm going to make a proclamation.
Right.
It is the oud from Oud Spice, I think.
Okay.
But it is with such a different dance partner. You'd never know. Y'all, I grew up in musical theater and in the ensemble. I was pretty good at my dance steps, but having a great partner certainly helps. And having a great partner will make you look like Fred Astaire on steroids. This is that kind of a dance partner for that coconut and that oud. Y'all, they are doing things that Dancing with the Stars has never dreamed of.
I think just magical keeps coming to mind. Like there is some mysterious, you said crystal ball, like there's just another layer at how these are intertwining.
Absolutely. And I know it's only 2 scent notes, but y'all, inside of each one of those individual scent notes is also a world of scent notes. It's like a note on the piano. This is an E that you're hearing, but it's literally made up of 7 or 8 other pitches from across the piano so that it sounds right. So y'all, whenever you do see a single or a double note soap, don't shy away, because I bet you your artisans have figured out something amazingly clever and you're going to want a piece of it.
Yes, don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.